Hello, I'm just doing a video covering both Based If True's video, like his commentary, and I guess this Reddit post that he's using in his video. The honest answer to this person's question, who says they're female, is that the left wing party and left wing individuals are routinely anti male, they're anti straight, they're anti white, and they're anti-white, anti-male, anti-straight, so that they can advance the interests and beliefs and rights of other groups. Um, you can even see in this post that they have a pull clutching moment that they're talking about foreigners or they're talking about different minority groups. Right here, they're talking about Muslims, Islams, or whatever, and they're saying, well, how dare they be racist to those people? And this is just my perspective, of course. I'm not gonna feel pity or care for racism done to Islamic people if they're racist or ignorant to white people. Like, you can't expect me to feel pity for a group that hates me and a group that's racist towards me if they're gonna if you can't call foul, right? You can't say I hate white people, I hate western civilization, and then call foul when they're doing it to you. You know what I mean? It's hypocritical. It's very hypocritical. And the reason why, men are becoming more and more right wing is because the left wing party tells us that we're not for them. They say we're for the migrant, we're for the woman, we're for the gays, we're for the LGBTQ, and it leaves no space for white men. And it's like, if you're for all these groups that aren't me, why should I support your party? I mean, if you're for supremacy groups, for blacks or for women or for Muslims or for Latins or for gays or for whatever, and if you're for, these supremacy groups, I mean, good on you, but you can't expect white men to support a party that is for supremacy groups that are against their interest.
So many young men becoming serious supporters of the far right. So let's clarify what we of the people who to be on the right. I think the most important factor in the left-wing worldview believes that inequality is primarily produced by social, economic, and political systems. Because of this, it argues that those systems should be actively changed in order to achieve more equitable outcomes.
No, the left wing doesn't care about inequality. They'll see a man who's poor or has low amounts of money, and they'll laugh at him because the progressive stack is more about intrinsic characteristics and judging people based on those characteristics and then shaming them or hating them because they don't fall into the specific camps of what they like. And they more use inequality as a justification for supremacy. They'll say, white men had systematic advantages in the past, thus it's okay or justified to give not men, women, gays, blacks, etc., extra rights or privileges that white straight men don't have. And they'll use the past historical wrongs, be it slavery, be it, women not having the right to vote or whatever, or, gays getting stoned or beat up or whatever, and they'll use those things, those past events, as justification to currently give them extra rights over other people. The inequality thing is more of a grift to sell you on the lie. They don't actually care about inequality. You cannot support supremacy groups, groups like BLM, who are a black activist group. Activism or advocacy for one group above others is by definition supremacy. You want the rights of one group, rights of the one people, rights of the one tribe above the rights of other people. You want them to have more power. There is no notion of equality in the left wing space. They don't care about inequality. They care about supremacy for the groups that they are advocating for. I mean, even then, like if you told left wingers to judge immigrants equally, for example, they don't get grants when they come over to the U.S. They don't get extra affirmative action benefits. They don't get free hotels, free cars, free houses, etc. And they had to qualify for jobs in the same way your everyday white man has to. They wouldn't come over here, for one, but, they wouldn't want there to be equal treatment. I'm just giving you an example, of course. They wouldn't want there to be that equal treatment that I'm talking about. They would want them to have these grants, to have these benefits. And, yeah, I mean, the idea that it's about equality is frankly absurd. I mean, there's posts that will complain about white men having, less enrollment in college, being unable to afford tuitions, and they'll just laugh at it. They'll go, ha ha ha, white men are failing. Like, they don't care about inequality. They laugh at it. They enjoy it when it's benefiting the groups they like. But they'll call foul when it's about groups that they like. You know what I mean? It's just rules for thee and not them. They don't actually care about the concept of inequality. The concept of having unequal outcomes,
And reduce disparities. The right-wing worldview believes that inequality largely reflects differences among individuals, those differences being individual traits, choices, and incentives.
I disagree with that. I mean, I guess I disagree with both parties by this logic, but I don't think the right actually I don't think the view on the right. I do believe that is a view on some right-wing people. But, Nicholas Fuentes, for example, he's pointed out that, the white people, they're expected to have the right-wing kind of individualistic mindset of compete for the outcomes. And you have to earn your outcomes in the world. He pointed out that, for example, the Jews or the Indians or whatever, other racial groups, they're allowed to have this kind of unification, collectivization, and kind of work together as a team to kind of get the outcomes they want. And I think that's inherently more so how a system like the Western one functions, especially when you look at how jobs are fucking qualified for. Jobs are qualified for via experience, via connections, stuff like that. Stuff that inherently does not take skill, does not take merit. It takes having connections or having an experience. That does not require, talent. And I think for a large part, a lot of the people who did get rich in Western civilization are people like Donald Trump, who got money from his dad, Fred Trump. People like Elon Musk, who got money from his dad, Elon Musk. I mean, there's people like Jeff Bezos, who got money from their rich Cuban father, Miguel Bezos. This idea that people are earning money via their individual merits and not some family or collective value is fucking stupid.